Lads and ladies, the Serie A Profit Challenge returns after a bit of an absence for the series, so you might be asking, Royalivi, how's it been going? Well, it's been pretty shit, so thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time, because I love you. Okay, but for real, quite a couple of game weeks throughout November, honestly. I did win this that guy. I did win that guy in Tier 5 from the Serie A Specialist competition, so that's all very yay and good stuff. And I also managed to win a Tier 4 in the French Specialist Leagues, my first Ligue 1 win as well, to be fair, courtesy of some of the Leon lads. Lopez actually gave away a penalty and then saved said penalty, so that's certainly something. And then Lacazette and ex-Leon youngster Barcola came up with the goals, helping me on my way there. But the specialist tourneys aren't where the money has been made in recent weeks. For that, we have to visit the EPL Winter Competition, which, I'm going to fucking count in the Serie A Profit Challenge series because fuck it, why not? Got my little Excel tracker here, and as you can see so far, I have won about £45 from the EPL Winter Competition. A little something every game week so far, which certainly resonates nicely with my soul. But this latest game week is where shit really hit the fan and exploded for me in this competition, because for anyone unaware, I have a Fulham and Burnley stack for these entries, and Burnley have won me another $10, as we can see here. Can't knock that at all because Burnley are fucking shit. But the real cold hard cash money success has come from my 5-man Fulham stack, fucking 8th place out of 3,000 entries, which is pretty fucking awesome if you ask me. That's $150 right there. Can't be upset with that at all. Back-to-back 5-0 wins, but I got my player selection right this time, which really allowed me to push high up that leaderboard into the top 10 spots. Harry Wilson as a super sub coming on with 2 decisives actually saved my game week here a little bit. And hey, I also have to wax poetic for a second about Castagne as well, as he got an insane AA score of 43. No decisive, so that really helps push him up the leaderboard. If he got an assist as well, that would have been fucking delicious. But, he didn't, so we're going to roll with what we've got. 8th place is very good because I was never realistically in danger of hitting the podium places here, so I was all about securing a top 10 spot, and I've just about done it in the end for that extra $50 or $150 in total. So yeah, all good stuff. And we have to look at the cost to profit ratio here from my Fulham and Burnley stack. So if I scroll down here, you can't see it on my screen, but I'm totaling up the stack cost, and Fulham cost about £70, with most of that coming from the keeper Leno, and then my Burnley stack cost about half that at £35. So, £105 outlay here on two teams which on the surface shouldn't be doing too well in this competition, right? Because neither are a top 6 team, obviously. Burnley are probably going to go down, and Fulham are a mid-table team for the most part, but that doesn't matter because at the end of the game of chess, the pawn and king go in the same box, motherfuckers. The pawn being Fulham or Burnley. I guess the king is Man City. Oh, fucking no, they're losing a lot. I don't know. Aston Villa. But this is where me reviewing the fixture list before purchasing stacks has come in clutch, as both teams have had good performances in their favourable fixtures, which has won me the cold hard cash money. So I spent £105 in total, and already as of the 4th EPL Winter Game Week, I've won £170. That's kind of mad that in 4 game weeks the profit is there to be seen as much as it is already. Obviously, 5-0 wins left, right and centre for these teams has really helped me. You have to factor in that I still have these cards in my account as well. That's worth near 100 quid probably. So, at limited level, I have to say I've smashed this competition, and whatever I get from the rest of these stacks for the rest of the competition and beyond is just gravy at this point. So yeah, giving me a little bit of Ethereum to play with in the next couple of months, as I do want to expand my MLS Rare portfolio ready for the next season in March. So yeah, that Ethereum is certainly helpful, but there's no time to rest on my laurels on these 2 stacks, because we are back at it again. A bit of a crisscross this week, however, as Burnley are playing Everton, where I have Pickford in goal, so there's not really much point in pairing them up as I usually do. If Pickford keeps a clean sheet, that's all well and good, but it then means none of the Burnley forwards would have scored, and vice versa. So Leno is going in net here with the Burnley stack of Bayer, Brownhill, Amdouni and Rodriguez outfield. And then in Team 2, Pickford does go in net here with the Fulham stack outfield. A bit worried about Castagne getting rested, but after a 5-0 win, I'm sure Fulham should retain a very similar lineup. I've just swapped Pereira in for Wilson. Despite Wilson's decisives, he has always been a super sub as of late, so, a more locked-in starter I think is the way forward here. But, I'm not really super confident about either of these teams this game week, honestly. Everton are on fire, so Burnley will have struggles there, and then Fulham away at Newcastle. I know Newcastle are a bit depleted lately, but St James Park is a difficult place to go in any situation, so I'm certainly not expecting another 5-0 win here, but hey, these 2 teams are free rolling it, so yeah, fuck it. Just see what you can fucking do, motherfuckers, and have a good old fucking football soccer game. Have a good old soccer game and do some soccer goals and have some soccer fun. And then the specialist teams, the bread and butter of the series. Hopefully we can get back to winning ways here, as Wolfsburg do have a favourable fixture, but the problem is they're just quite dog shit at soccer, unfortunately. But they're out there and they're going to try their darndest. And then I've got the Leon stack, and they have a tough away fixture against Monaco, so again, Not expecting too much here. I think the matchups are very important in specialist tournaments. You've really got to utilise when a team such as Burnley has a good matchup against a shit team, such as Sheffield United when Burnley won 5-0, you know, things like that. But unfortunately, Monaco away is not one of those circumstances, so that's going to be tough. But hey, if all the players start, then the world is potentially my oyster there, which isn't ideal for me as I'm allergic to shellfish, so it's probably a bad thing. But okay, back to actual shit. La Liga, I mean, this team fucking sucks. And I mean it really fucking sucks. I've had a mare of a time with La Liga specialist competitions this season, so improvements are needed for sure. And just this game week alone, Valencia are away at Barcelona and Villarreal are away at Real Madrid. So, you know, this team is honestly so fucked. So we're just going to move to the Premier League specialist, where I've gone for a reverse Burnley stack here. The Everton lads, the 22/23 season cards are out in action. McNeil is captaining as he is in good form. And then super sub Harry Wilson to round out the team there. I mean, it's not impossible to get a placement with this team, but, you know, it's hard these days to compete. You need a good 350 points minimum just to push for a tier 5. So, honestly, it's tough out there, but we shall see how these lads perform. And we'll finish off with my creme de la creme of specialist lineups, although it's Italian, not French, so probably not creme de la creme, the Italian version of that. So, spaghetti del spaghettio. Can I say that? I like spaghetti. Spaghetti's nice. Oh, fucking shut up, dude. Just shut the fuck up. Anyway, here is the lineup, and I actually kind of fuck with it, you know. It's decent. Terracciano has a high last 15 score, to be fair, which is kind of awkward on the blue hexagon cunt's points cap. But he has a good matchup, so happy to get him in there, home to Verona. Di Lorenzo's then a good one to captain this game, because he also has another good matchup, home to Cagliari. And the rest of the lineup is definitely capable of pushing me into the rewards, so hopefully we can finish off the year with a big old fucking bang. Thanks for watching the series so far. It's been just fucking terrible, and I'll catch you next